Good morning. Joyce Blowers here again at Delightful Quilting and Sewing with another edition of Tech Tuesday. Over the years, I've worked with many people who have gotten a long arm. And as an Olting dealer, I have no idea how many long arms. And sometimes I get a call and the question is, there's something wrong with the tension. I can't get the tension right. There's something wrong with the machine. And obviously, when we look at tension, we want it to look nice on the top, and we want it to look really nice on the back as well. So this one, it's hard to see the back because of the highly patterned backing on here, but I think you can see that it's nice and even on the back as well. Well, once in a while, it may be a problem with the tension, and I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. But today I want to talk about another cause of bad tension, and it goes down to the middle of the quilt and your choice of batting. This is a sample that I did up. Some of you who've taken a class from me have seen this sample. And it illustrates very clearly the importance of choosing batting, the right kind of batting for the middle of your quilt. This is what is in part of it. This is batting that actually came out of a quilt that I received, and nobody wanted it. It was hand quilted. I took it apart. And when I opened it up, this is the batting that was inside. I was actually just going to put it on the long arm and quilt it. And when I saw this batting, I'm going like, that will never work. And I kid you not, I threw this away in the trash. And it wasn't 10 minutes later, my husband put something in the trash bin as well and brought it in. He said, "What'd you throw this away for?" And I said, "Well, you know, it's awful." He said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "You need to make a sample of that." I'm going like, okay, I can do that. So I had this blue piece of fabric on the long arm just by chance, and it was a sample that I was working on. And in it, I had Quilter's Dream batting, which is what I typically use. And I'm not sure that this is the exact piece that I had, but Quilter's Dream, like many of the other quality battings on the market, is nice and even. It's an even thickness, and it's that way all the way across from top to bottom without any thin places in it. Some of the cheaper battings that you buy are not like that. There's thick and thin and everything in between. So I cut my piece and cut out the batting on one side here, put in this wonderful batting over here, and I just continued to do some free motion quilting on it. And as you look at the front side of this, you can see, not too bad. This is the side with the Quilter's Dream batting in it, and this is the side over here with the other polyester batting that is, thick and thin. So it doesn't look too bad on this side. When you roll it up so that you can see the back side of it over here, where the Quilter's Dream batting is, nice even stitches, nice stitch definition there. And when you go over to this side, you begin to see some problems. Now, I will say that this is not horrible. I've seen it a lot worse, but in areas like this along here, you're starting to see railroading, a lot of it. You don't see any stitch definition here, but you see railroading here. And over here where it looks good, and then you run into places where it doesn't look good. So you get this uneven appearance as a result of this batting. So what's happening is, in places where the batting is a little bit thicker, your stitching is going to be better. Your stitch quality is going to be better. In places where it is not good will be places that in the batting where you can actually see through it, and you can see how it has thicker areas and thinner areas. This is not the kind of batting that you want in your quilt. I don't care what kind of money you save buying cheap batting. It's never, ever worth it. So you want to buy batting that is always consistent. It doesn't matter whether it's a cotton. These are samples that I have here. Cotton, or whether it's poly or some other type of content. like Dream Blend, which is a 70-30, or 80-20, Dream Orient. These are all Quilter's Dream ones. The main thing that you want to consider in buying any batting, whether it's off a roll or whether you buy bats, is that batting must be absolutely, and you can see here how, it's not focusing too well on that, but you can see between my fingers how even that is, how the thickness is even all the way across. And if you look at this all the way from one side to the other of a whole bat of this, it's the same thickness all the way across. And that's the only way you're going to get consistent tension when you're doing a quilt on a long arm, is to have consistently thick, the same thickness batting all the way from one side to the other. So I encourage you, spend a little bit more money on your batting. It doesn't matter what brand you buy. Check it out and make sure that it is consistently the same thickness all the way across. I have more tips and things on batting and choices and some things in our book, Guide to Quilting with Your Knotling, which is available at www.delightful-qs.com, along with tips on needles and more tension things, many things on tension in the book, as well as other things about using your knotling. But whether it's a knotling or not, the same principles apply to every long arm on the market. You cannot use poor batting. It doesn't matter what long arm you're using. It's not going to work. You need to use good quality batting with an even thickness all the way across. So that's it for Tech Tuesday for today. I'll see you next week. Have a great week quilting.